Hey guys, it's Hey Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial video on 3 easy simple starter houses that you can do in the desert biome. Shout out down below to Jeton28 and Little Person who requested that I do a tutorial video on the desert house that was featured in my 5 starter house video. I will have a link down in the description if you would like to check out that video. These 3 houses that I'm building today will be realistic and based off things that you would find in real life in a desert. So the first house that I'm building today is based off the ruins of Petra in Jordan. If you have a look on Google Images, you will see that Petra is an ancient city that was built into a cliffside in Jordan. So this build is kind of replicating that idea. You will find, if you ever go into a desert biome in Minecraft, you see there are hills or cliffs, things like that. So the idea of this build is that you're just using the natural land that's around you and you're just simply building into it. So your house will be inside the cliff, you save a lot of resources doing this, and you can actually have some great high ceilings and a great starter home. So as you can see, I've just built a very simple retaining wall around the cliffside here. I've tried to curve it around, and I'm just going to go around and add some details now with these sandstone staircases. It just gives the wall a bit of a worn look. In deserts there are sandstorms, things like that, and the sand will chip away slowly at the rock, so you're just trying to give it that old look. You also just want to be kind of terraforming the area and making it look natural as well. So for my door here I have used spruce. You are more than welcome though to use oak. I'm just using spruce because I like the look of it. It looks a little bit more rustic and like an old time medieval door. It's up to you what you want to do though. These 3 builds that I have done are based off of blocks that you will find in the desert biome, so they are very easy to obtain. I'm using oak in all my builds because oak is the most common tree. If you have a different biome near your desert though, that's fine. Just use whatever you like. So as you can see here, I'm just building a very simple railing. I'm just using the stair blocks upside down. You just want to make sure that your stair blocks are always finishing on a flat edge to the outside. You don't want to have a random pointy out staircase. You also just want to make sure, I'm not making mine completely even, I'm kind of making them all over the place. It's up to you, you can have them all even. I'm making mine look a little bit more rustic so they've got an uneven pattern. So this is the front door that I'm building here. Very simple to do, I'm just making an archway in the rock. If you have sand falling like I did just then, that's fine, just build up, place some more sand on top, just make it look natural. So I'm not going to be building the inside here because I'll let you decide on how you want to do your interiors. This is more just showing you the exteriors of these buildings. As you can see, while you're digging you will have sand fall down, but that's fine. All you need to do, put a layer of sandstone brick and then put the sandstone on top. I mean just sand on top, you won't even know that there is a house below. People will only see your house if it's from the front. So I'm adding some plants now for some greenery. For a very simple pot, I'm simply just using cobblestone with trapdoors on the side. I'm using just 2 leaf blocks. You can do a vine over the front like I showed, but I'm keeping it simple with just the 2 so you're not using a lot of resources. And for some added detail, I'm just placing some wooden buttons. So as you can see here, I'm just making my front door area look a little bit natural with a mix of sandstone and sand. Again, you want to just make sure that it looks like that you're building into the cliff, not so much that you've built the cliff around your house. So we're building a simple undercover little kind of door archway here. I'm just using some oak fences and fence gates because I like the detail of the gates. They can add a little bit more intricacy to your build. I'm going to be placing some blue and white carpet on top here. Just 6 blocks, so it's not that much to do. Find 2 random sheep around you, dye one of them blue, and there's your blocks. I'm trying not to use too much different resources here to make it simple for you. I'm also just making this entry kind of archway here just plain wood because it also looks nice. You can also put the wool on top of these blocks if you want, it's completely up to you. So as you can see, there is my first build done. I'm just going to add a kind of path at my front door here just with the sandstone brick. But as you can see, it has a smooth appearance, so it kind of makes a pathway block, you could say, in the sand. So that is my first house that was very easy to build, and it's using the land that's in the desert. We're going to move on to my second house now, which is based off village houses that you might see in the Sahara Desert or things like that. So the idea of these houses is that they're very simple little round houses with thatched roofs. It can be a little bit hard to get that thatch roof kind of look in Minecraft, so I'm just going to be using oak staircases and oak blocks for this. You could also, if you like, use brown wool blocks, and then if you want to get it a bit uneven looking so it's not perfect, I like to place carpet blocks. So you just get brown carpet and you would place it on top of the wool, and it kind of gets an uneven look on all the blocks so it's not too perfect. So as you can see, like my first build, I'm simply placing some staircase blocks randomly around just to add that little worn look. I'm also making sure that my roof here does have an overhang so it looks more natural, not like I've just plonked a roof on top of my circle. So just like my first build now, I'm going to add a spruce door for my front door because I like that rusticy look. Like I said though, you can use oak or whatever door is closest to you. I'm also going to be adding wooden buttons like my first build for a little bit more detail. You will see that this build also has some windows. To fill in my window frame, instead of using glass, I'm going to be using fence posts. You'll typically find in desert houses, they don't have glass out in the desert, so they'll use things like wooden posts just to block off any enemies or animals from coming into your house, so you just want to try and recreate that here. So as you can see, you could use brown wool if you like, but that is my second house, very easy to build. So we're going to be moving on to my third house now. My third house is the house that I built in my 5-starter home video. You can check that down below in the description if you would like to see. I've added a bit more detail in that one too, with gardens and everything. You could use the garden design or the decoration design in that one in these houses as well. I'm just showing you purely the exterior of the building here. So you just want to go 9 blocks long and 7 blocks wide. You want to be making your staircase on one side of the building and then working it up to where your front door would be on the second floor, just like I'm showing here. Also, you don't have to be doing a 2-story floor like this if you, 2-story home like this. If you prefer just simple 1-story homes, you could always kind of replicate the idea by just doing a simple rectangular type house, and then you could add the roof details that I've used in this build onto the roof of your 1-story house. It will get the same effect. You can use all the details, you will just have a 1-story house instead of a 2-story. So as you can see here, for my roof, I'm just leaving a block in each corner and along the middle here, I'm going to be using some sandstone staircases to make my little points. You don't have to make it as even as I am, you can make it as messy as you like. You could even mix in some slabs to get an uneven wall look to the building. It's up to you what you would like to do. I'm also adding a balcony detail here with just some oak fencing. You want to be keeping it one height below your roof block. As you will see here, I'll show you what it looks like with one higher, but you'll notice that it will actually cut out the detail of your roof, which you don't want to be doing. You want to be proudly showing off your roof, so I prefer to make mine just one block lower. So I'm just going to be adding the same thing here, but like my first starter house in this video, I'm going to be adding a little roof area just with some blue and white carpet blocks. So now that that's done, we're going to be adding a window down here. You can make this window as detailed or as simple as you like. You just want to play around with it like I'm doing here. You can make a really big window like I've just shown. You can make a smaller window. It's just completely up to you what you would like to do. Windows are great though because they can add a lot of natural light to your structure. I'm also going to be adding a trim around the area where the first floor meets, just to add a little bit more detail to the building. I'm also going to be adding that wall look to the building like I have with my other two structures, just by randomly placing some stair blocks. So there is the basics of this house done now. I'm just changing around the bottom here because I prefer the look of the windowsill being up. So to get down to the ground floor where your main living spaces would be, you can either do a simple staircase, or like in my starter house video, you could do a water kind of elevator. If you want a more practical and functional look, it's completely up to you. Also, if you would like to be using carpets or anything like that, try and go for blue, purple and reds as they are very common blocks or colours in the desert. So as you can see, there are my 3 simple, easy desert starter houses that you can do in a desert biome. Please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, comment down below which ones is your favourite. And again, like always, thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.